Street is that they're looking to target Caitlin Clark. We got some tweets to go over, but what's first is we got a bit of negotiations for the WNBA actually signing to this Saudi.
This news is really startling. The first significant action taken by the Saudi-backed league could be disastrous for the WNBA as it exists now. They are aiming for the top stars in women's basketball with limitless finance, no salary limitation, and no financial restrictions. Even more unexpected is the possibility that the WNBA unintentionally assisted them. You'll understand why Caitlin Clark might soon receive an offer that makes her Nike contract seem insignificant by the end of this video. Let me start by discussing what recently became viral on the internet yesterday.
We're going to talk about this story right here because this story caught national attention. Then we're going to get into this whole connection between Caitlin Clark. Now, it goes on to say, with CBA talks, Simran Agumomike signs a new Project B deal, man. Former WNBA MVP, sorry, Shanae's her sister, Anika Agumomike has signed a contract with Project B, the first player who is known to have joined the latest professional women's basketball league ahead of the 2026 season.
Have you noticed that? While the WNBA is still negotiating their collective bargaining agreement, a former MVP recently signed with Project B, the Saudi league. It's similar to your best players quitting while you're talking about pay increases. The timing couldn't be worse. The fact that the salaries are not published at all makes this even more combustible. There is no transparency, only rumors about huge, transformative sums of money. Anything is possible when Saudi money is involved. The truth is found in the few information that is now available, and it has the potential to permanently alter women's basketball. Let's examine these issues in more detail.
Might, like other players in this league, will get undisclosed. Guys, the money is undisclosed. And an equity stake in the league. Project B officials have said the 66 players who they want for the league, the format calls for 6 teams for 11 women. Each will receive larger salaries than those currently of the WNBA. And my guess will be, they're giving them $1 million. See, when your majesties, yes, your majesties, get involved, he has unlimited funds.
This is the actual situation, and it's intriguing. With 11 female players on each of the 16 teams, Project B intends to sign 66 players. Each of them will make more than the maximum salary allowed by the WNBA. The fact that they are offering more than simply cash, however, is the true game changer. Equity holdings in the league itself are being offered. That includes power, ownership, and long-term riches. Given that they are still arguing income sharing, the WNBA is unable to compete with that. The dynamics of the negotiations are drastically altered by the Saudis' distribution of real ownership parts. It's a game changer that might permanently change women's basketball. Let's now examine the real outcome of the financial discussions.
Salary to blow this thing up. Ding, 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 ding. John the Liquidator is available for interview. Hey, I'm available, your majesties. If you need me for anything, I ain't lying. If you need me to make 100 videos a day about Project B, I am here at your disposal, your majesty. Just cut the check. That's how I'm feeling. Because they got an undisclosed amount of money, and y'all think they ain't. Bro, Caitlin Clark is the biggest name in all of women's sports. Now, do I think she gonna get 100 mil? No. But do I think she can get 50? No. Do I think she can get...
The statement that the money was too key to her decision says a lot. It goes beyond just getting paid fairly or feeling valued. It has to do with being offered such enormous amounts that it would be fiscally irresponsible to turn them down. Cristiano Ronaldo's contract is equivalent to the GDP of a small nation, and the Saudis have already signed golf stars to contracts worth hundreds of millions of dollars. They overwhelm with their proposals rather than engaging in negotiation. Many people are unaware that the league runs from November to April, which coincides with the WNBA's offseason. Thus, players could be able to take part in both. What actually occurs, though, when the Saudi league wants exclusivity? What happens if the zeros continue to rise and players are forced to pick between the two? At that point, the entire landscape of women's basketball may be about to undergo a significant upheaval.
Around this, we need to blow this up. We need to blow this up. April to November. This is going to be the biggest thing. Smoking. They cut the checks, bruh. Now, that would not interfere with the WNBA season, but it's going to put the WNBA out of business. And to me, I think it might, man, they're not going to have an off season probably, guys, because the WNBA started in May. Now, if your team don't make it to the playoffs, then you'll have a little off season. I think it might conflict with players being able to recover and stuff like that.
We are now getting close to the nuclear option. With only one move, signing Caitlin Clark with an exclusivity clause, Project B might put an end to the WNBA. Let me disclose the numbers that are being discussed before you write that off as unfeasible. Because the league is funded by sovereign wealth, government funds from one of the richest countries in the world. Signing bonuses can reach $400 million, and exhibition games pay $6 million. There's no cap. Whether or not they will give Caitlin money is not the true question. It's the amount of effort required to convince her to accept. And that's where the psychology starts to get interesting. The stakes are really high, and if these offers continue to rise, there might be significant disruption in women's basketball.
Caitlin Clark is the biggest name in all of women's sports. Now, do I think she's going to get $100 million? No. But do I think she can get 50? No. Do I think she can get 10 to 20? Yes. Oh, hell yes. They going to get, because we got to realize this. When it comes to Caitlin, her stock kind of went down a little bit. We all could agree on that. Hell, if you can't see Caitlin Clark's stock then went down, you lying to yourself. Now, had this been last year or the year before, do I believe Caitlin would got upwards 50 to 100 million? Yes. She definitely would have got 50 to 100 million. Right now, about 10, 20.
Take note of his analysis of her market value. That is very important. The star power of Caitlin has changed a little. Her negotiation leverage has been impacted by rookie season controversy, physicality controversies, and media weariness, all of which have dampened the excitement from her college days. However, this is the twist that no one is thinking about. She may be more likely to accept a Saudi offer as a result of that. She looks for affirmation elsewhere when her value declines in one market. Furthermore, the Saudis don't base their investments only on recent results. They are purchasing her commercial potential and worldwide renown. The most well-known name in women's basketball internationally is still Caitlin Clark. This intangible value goes beyond just statistics. Therefore, those who claim she won't achieve 100 million are thinking like the WNBA and are preoccupied with performance measures. The Saudis, on the other hand, have a broader perspective and value her brand and global appeal well beyond conventional metrics.
Probably some interest or some finagle, later on. But we're going to get into Caitlin later. We got to talk about this. It says, why the financial specifics haven't been disclosed of the Pacific money amount, but the more lucrative compensation comes in an important moment for women's professional basketball. As the interest in the sport has soared in recent years, the WNBA and players' unions are locked in intense negotiation. Now, we do know that they received a 30-day extension from Kathy over the collective bargaining agreement, and much despite centered on salary and revenue sharing. Now, in an interview with the Associated Press, the 35-year-old Aguma Mike said that the compensation package was the key to her signing. Guys, she said the money was the key. I bet you they gave her.
The actual amount is between $10 and $20 million. Let's look at why that figure is so disastrous for the NBA, though. At the moment, their maximum pay is approximately $240,000. B might be making Caitlin Clark an offer of about 80 times that sum. It is hard to compete with that kind of distance. It cannot be closed by equity, exposure, legacy, or negotiation. The WNBA is currently involved in CBA discussions and is having difficulty reaching a consensus on income distribution, which further complicates matters. In the meantime, a government with a GDP of more than $1 trillion is actively supporting Project B in signing lucrative contracts. It's a striking contrast. While one league gets unrestricted financial support, the other struggles for a tiny portion of the meager revenue. It goes beyond simple competition. Under the pretense of a league launch, it's a hostile takeover.
Don't give her the bag up front. Hey, you know what? Bro, y'all ain't see Lil Wayne when he said that, bro, he had trouble at the airport and Your Majesty said, you know what? I am sorry. This is ridiculous. What color Lamborghini do you like? Red, blue, or black? Lil Wayne said, I want the black one. And that's probably what she said. He probably said, you know what, Shanae? Why, don't negotiate with them. Come on over here. How much do you need? 10 or 5 million or 1 million? I'll take the 10. I'm telling you, dog, that's how this thing is going, man. Now, the Project B plans to play an inaugural season through April 2000. And, guys, it's going from November to April. My goodness, during the offseason. Guys, this is big news. Bro, I believe this is just...
Have you looked at the timeline? In just 8 months, the first season will begin in November and last through April of 2026. They're not being patient. They're taking off at full speed. It is a purposeful tactic that it doesn't clash with the WNBA season. Players are not compelled to make a decision right away. Rather, they're providing additional revenue to make players more at ease and reliant on Saudi currency. The league will implement exclusivity clauses and require complete devotion once it is well established and flourishing. Players will already be addicted to checks that significantly exceed their WNBA salary at that point. While Project B's league takes center stage, the WNBA becomes a side gig. That's how you demolish a league covertly and without firing a shot.